Dear Steve, I am writing you this letter. No. Hi, my love. I am sending you this note to tell you how much I love you. I want to thank you for the fun and wonderful life we had together. I will forever be grateful how you made me laugh every single day. I want you to know this, just in case I never see you again. Please take care of the pets in my absence. And don't forget to take the garbage out. Love your favorite little gerbil, Michelle. Oh, Nelly. I survived! I'm turning on the camera for the first time in, I don't know, on my face anyway, for a while. I haven't posted a video for a while because there really isn't a lot going on, you guys. Like, life is kind of boring, which is unusual. The dogs have been really good. Like, really good. No one's running away. Everyone is acting like a normal house dog. And it's really nice. And I've been working on training with the dogs for come recall, which has been an issue because I didn't really work on it properly. Most notably with Norton, the foxhound. So I have it down pat. I mean, if you just walk around smelling like pepperoni on your walks, then the dogs will come to you when you call them. And if you give them pepperoni. That's pretty much what we do now. For the last month, at least the last month and a half, we started taking pepperoni in our pocket for every single time we go out. And every time their recall word, and I did all this training with Tank and Riley and Hannah, but once we got Clyde and Norton and then Scout, like Tank passed away, I sort of just stopped doing it. So their recall word is here. So if I say here, then that means come to me and get a treat. So it's working pretty well. I'm pretty proud. Here! Hannah, here! Okay, the two hounds maybe don't care. You guys want some pepperoni? You want some pepperoni? Okay. Ouch! I can have all 5 dogs running away and doing all sorts of different things. And I can just yell that word and they all come running back and they get a piece of pepperoni. It's pretty awesome. I just end up smelling like pepperoni all day long. We are, maybe you can sense a little bit of this. There's Riley. We are buried in the snow. And today is January 5th. And tonight we're supposed to get 40 centimeters. So that is like around 1.5 feet of snow. We have some things to prep, things to start to do, like shoveling roofs and whatnot. I have to move my bench. I have shoveled off my bench and moved it a few different times. It's been buried and uncovered and buried and uncovered. It's buried again. And I'm going to just move it. The packer for the ski trail is actually buried as well. Well, not buried, but it's stuck. The snow is deep. It is so deep we cannot even groom. We just get stuck. What you think, guys? We got about 1 foot of snow a week ago, overnight, and it's like really soft, powdery snow. And although we go around the trail with the ATV first and pack it down, because our land is so hilly, there's a lot of hills that we have to take the groomer up on, and there's a few spots that, you know, inevitably you get stuck. So you start to go up and the snow is so soft that the ATV sinks and you sink the more you try. So the packer is stuck, so we've got to try and get that out tonight. And yeah, life is just a little bit low key right now. So not a lot to make a video about in terms of projects or anything like that, but this is where Mr. Bench is going to live now for the remainder of the winter, out of the snow, out of the way. Like I said, anywhere I put it, I keep just having to dig it out and it just keeps getting buried. We have still lots of more snow to come, so this is a nice spot for it. I thought that I would answer just a few questions about the bench that people had and asked me. One person had asked what the angles were, like what the angle that I cut it at was with the chainsaw. So I took a couple pictures where I put a square along it to give you guys a visual. I'm not exactly sure. My best guess is that it's around like 50, 55 degrees, maybe 60 degrees. And although I think that it's really good, like it's a lounger, if you wanted less of a lounger, then the angle would need to be cut steeper, like greater, with the chainsaw. But that said, I still really like this angle that it's at. Another question was if it tilts back on its own, and it doesn't. Like I'd have to push it back for it to fall back. So it's pretty good that way, I would say too. Of course, like I said, this is a small person's bench. I'm 5'4", approximately 5'4", so certainly someone with long legs might find this not that comfortable, but I mean, it's really just, you're not going to be like spending hours on it. It's just a place to rest. But certainly you could get logs that are bigger in diameter, it would make it taller, or you could add stones underneath, or 2x4, or another log, or what have you. Also, I think if someone had a problem of it leaning back, you could also just put a 2x4 underneath and just give it a little bit of an extension at the back. But yeah, it seems to be okay. Seems to be okay, my little bench. Oh, and the calendar. Let's talk about the calendar. So that was just like an impromptu, like something that I said that I had to like enact, I guess. So clearly I can't make a calendar for the year 2022 because we were already in the year 2022. So perhaps it could be a 2023 calendar. And although I was slightly joking at that whole thing, it's possible to make a calendar, but I'll give it some thought and I'll let you guys know if I think it's something that I would do for the year 2023. How's that sound? So the door on the Bobcat is frozen. It's been happening this year. Normally Steve goes away for 6 weeks at this time of year. He goes overseas and does volunteer work. So I'm usually here in the winters for 6 weeks by myself. in the middle of the snow season. So I usually do all of the plowing. I usually do all of the cross-country ski grooming and shoveling and whatnot. I've had before where the Bobcat tracks, I think we had a thaw. There was a thaw, so everything got really wet and then refroze, and the Bobcat tracks got stuck to the ground, and I couldn't get it out to plow. And it snowed so much, I spent like a day or two trying to get the Bobcat to, you know, the tracks freed from the frozen ground. I finally had to call a neighbor who came down and brought like a big heater, and we laid tarps out and was able to get the Bobcat out. But he ended up with his machine coming and plowing the driveway for me because I just kept getting snowed in and I just couldn't keep up. So currently the door is frozen on the Bobcat. I'm just going to try and plow the driveway. And yeah, so much snow here, so much snow. There. Yeah, lots of times too, the actual snowblower gets frozen. So I always find, Steve's been doing the plowing lately, but I always find, like before when I was by myself, if I cleared all the snow off of everything a little bit before I brought the Bobcat in here, it helps. So I try and take a broom and brush everything off and get a shovel and get the snow out of the blower. It helps. Sometimes though the tracks themselves freeze because snow gets in the tracks, not to the ground, but in the tracks and freezes. It's like, yeah, it can be a lot of work just to not only plow the driveway, but to get the machine out and running properly to plow. Take the groomer off of the ATV because I need to go around with the ATV a bunch of times and pack the snow down on the trail before taking the packer, or else we'll get stuck again. Oh man. Oh. I usually use the jack because then you can keep it up. Oh, I need someone to... Would you guys mind driving the ATV away? There. Just enough. Whew. good to go. I got my grooming suit on, my grooming goggles. I put this snowsuit on to groom because I can just toss it over my clothes and I stay really toasty warm and relatively dry. And these are like some old classic ski goggles that I got at a thrift store probably. Okay, so I'm gonna go. Go groom, and then we'll take the puppy skiing. Well, I will. You know, it's pretty fun because I just put some headphones on, listen to some tunes, bombing around on an ATV in the winter, floating in the snow, snowing out, white trees going through the forest. Pretty magical. It's pretty fun. I'm sort of in the middle of snowblowing this deck in anticipation of an avalanche coming off the roof. We had it happen last year. See, we had shingles on the roof before, asphalt shingles. And then we switched to a metal roof, which seems like a good idea because it lasts longer. But when you get like 4 to 6 feet of snow, if it doesn't always fall off every time it snows, you still end up getting a pile of snow. And there's one particular area here on the deck that last year we had an accumulation of snow on the roof. It got very mild and it poured rain for like a week. And then all of the snow came off the roof in one big avalanche in the middle of the night. And it smashed the deck and it broke the window panes off the patio. It actually broke one and pushed two. Two just popped right out and fell out onto the ground. Left intact, surprisingly. The deck was broken, the railing was broken, and I'm pretty sure we're headed down that path again. So I'm gonna snow blow as much as I can, and I think I'm gonna go start shoveling off the roof. because of this crack, I feel like once I start to drill holes and to put the pegs in, it might split all the way. So I'm going to just add some screws to strengthen it, just in case.
Yeah, that's all I would do.
Yeah, that's all it needs. Yeah, your poles are so long. I could have hung it the other way. Put these so that they're higher. You gonna get in?
Right down the basement.
Sure, yeah, I gotta go down and clean, but.
Where'd Norton go?
Norton!
Here. Scout, I don't have anything in my pockets. You know, you guys are just trying to bug me all the time. This is all I got. You know, lots of this stuff, but I don't have anything else.
It's all you got is dog poop bags.
Steve's pulling out wads of cash and I'm pulling out wads of dog poop bags.